Hey, everybody. Just a quick update before we get into today's episode. Parents only today. This episode may reveal some holiday magic best enjoyed by grown-ups. So just consider that your warning if you have your kiddos with you today. All right, here we go.
Hey everyone, I'm Lauren Parajon.
And I'm Lauren Butler.
We're longtime friends, same name, different zip codes, and 1,000 miles apart.
Once upon a time, we tried new challenges every month. Now, we're just trying to make it through motherhood, midlife, and messy mornings with a little humor and a lot of heart.
So welcome to Are We Doing This? Real talk for real life at 40.
So, are we doing this?
Looks like it. Let's get into it.
Hey guys, welcome back. We are back in the Christmas spirit, and it's episode 34 of Are We Doing This?
It
Hi.
is.
Hey,
Hi,
Lauren.
how's it going? Hi.
Good. You look pretty today.
Good. Oh, thanks. It's the studio lighting. I think we added.
Studio
We
lighting.
found new filters on our iPhone
Cameras.
settings. So yeah, camera settings.
Yeah.
So maybe
Yeah.
that's it.
Maybe studio lighting. Your hair looks great.
Thanks. I washed it
Very
yesterday.
shiny.
Pretty
Good
excited
job.
about it. Thanks.
Good job. I need to wash mine today.
You can see all the glitters.
The glitter, the silver glitters, as we
Glitters.
call them.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
So,
good.
welcome back.
Welcome. I feel like we haven't talked much over these 2 weeks.
I know we've
Maybe
been
it's just
busy.
because in life, I feel like I haven't been using my phone as much. So I feel like
Yes.
I'm not as, I don't know, connected as things I used to be, which, I mean, we still
Yeah.
have our group chat going, which is great. So
Yeah, for sure.
I'm utilizing
But even
that.
that,
Stuff. But yeah,
even that
we'll
I'm
talk
behind
about
on.
it. We'll really dive into it later, but the phone
Yes.
breakup is going well. So
Yes.
yeah. But
yeah, it's
how's
been a really good journey. I'm excited
It
to
has.
get into it later and
Yeah.
share like what we have learned and reflected on and what's working and what's not working, etc. And
Et
even
cetera.
in our group text yesterday, we just realized that we were both delinquent.
Yes.
So on Sunday, to our best friends, we always send our high and our low from the week prior, and then anything we're reading or listening to, and then our current obsession. And so we
And
just
that,
thought we,
I just have to say that as a shout out to Bad on Paper podcast. I did
Oh,
steal
yes.
that directly from Becca and Olivia, but I love it.
yes, thank you, Bad on Paper. We stole it because it's great.
Yes.
And so we just thought, like, since we didn't do it yesterday, we'll just do it today on the pod. And
There we go.
we can do that today and just copy our Bad on Paper besties.
And just make our besties listen to the podcast instead of our text messages.
Yep. Instead of reading this text, listen to my hour-long podcast.
Exactly.
They're going to love that. So yeah,
Well,
that's
and-
on my agenda today.
Yeah. So then what is your high? That's how we always start with our group text. So what is your high the past week or 2 weeks or just currently what's making you happy?
I guess my high is just I actually have been feeling a little bit better. I think the
Yeah?
combination of I've been doing my like basic, boring, healthy habit tracker things.
Yeah.
And I've been doing like a medium job, I will admit. I almost brought it because I've been doing it. It's color coded and it's like rainbow. And there's definitely some gaps, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to be good about not just throwing the towel in when I mess up. Like just
Yeah.
keep every day, just keep trying, come back to it, get back on the horse.
Yeah.
And I think just doing those things, eating breakfast, drinking my water, walking every day, I actually haven't been drinking, which we haven't talked about a lot, but I
Oh,
decided.
yeah.
So on my habit tracker is no alcohol, which was a real choice to decide to try to do for the month
Right.
of December.
That's a
I don't-
real choice.
I don't know why I was like, this is the month. This is the month I'm
Wow.
going to try. But I've been doing it, and it's December
Wow.
16th. I mean, the real test will be the back half of the month for
Right.
sure.
Right.
But I was telling Zach, like, dang it, it kind of makes me mad that I'm feeling better. And
Better
I don't
about-
know
yeah.
how much of it is the alcohol.
Maybe it's
but
the water. No, I'm kidding.
It's probably the
I mean,
water, right?
No, I have
Dang
I have a
it.
handful of sober friends, and I don't think you and I, and just even my friend, we don't drink that much. Like it's not
Right.
like, I know none of us have a problem, but
Right.
there have been one or two hangovers where I'm like, I could totally be sober. Like I don't need
Yeah.
to feel this bad. And there is nothing like that worth it to feel this bad. Right.
Right.
But it's kind of like, but in the moment, once you have the two margaritas, then like the one more sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
And you're not sober enough to be like, that's not a good idea. So I don't know. I feel like I could do it, but it's such a lifestyle change. Like,
Well, for me, I really don't even do that. I don't even do the
yeah.
multiple margaritas out because we like rarely go out with friends. Like you have such a
Hmm.
booming social life, which is amazing and I'm jealous of. But like mine is just like the glass of wine after the kids go to bed, like every night.
Okay.
And I never really get to that point where I'm even like tipsy, really.
Yeah.
I just have like a glass, maybe sometimes I have two, but it is like every night.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty regular.
But is the purpose of it to like unwind? Like, is it a
Unwind. Yeah.
relaxing
It's
thing?
just like
Okay.
relaxing and unwinding
So
and
are you
I
replacing that
enjoy
with anything,
wine.
like a glass of hot tea, or are
No,
you
I've
just
been doing hot
doing,
tea a little
okay.
more. So I have something, yeah, I have been replacing it with like some kind of drink I look forward to, or just
Mm,
getting like a pseudo fancy like sparkling water or
okay.
like Spindrift or I know that sounds stupid, but like just pouring that in a glass with ice and like adding something, almost making it
Yeah.
feel like a little bit of a mocktail
Yeah.
really helps because then I just have something that I'm sipping on that's like yummy and makes me feel a little bit
Have
more
you
like
tried any of those,
intoxicating.
like they're like alternatives for it was for sober people or just like anyone else,
Yes.
but that have like either CBD or like have you tried any of
I
those?
haven't tried them, but I have been curious now that I'm doing this. I'm like, I wonder
Yeah.
if I would like those. Like,
Like if you're out and around people, would you like to have something to give you a little
give
something?
me something. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. But like, I thought since I was never really drinking enough to feel it or like get
Yeah.
tipsy or anything, I was like, I don't know if stopping will, like, if I'll notice because I'm not really
Yeah.
like going out and having multiple like cocktails or anything
Right.
and feeling it the next day. It's more just like a frequency habit. And so,
Okay.
but I'm also doing my other things pretty decently consistently. I miss a
Okay.
few days here and there, but like eating breakfast, I drink two of these a day, and I have
Yeah.
found that having the clear bottle, I think, really
Yeah.
helps me
Okay.
to
Because I
like be
was
able to
trying
see my
before we
water
started
level.
recording, I was judging her. I was like, "Is that
I know.
not an Owala? What are you doing?"
Where's your
Like,
Owala bottle?
I'm such a Owala snob
I
that I don't
know.
even know. I feel like that wouldn't stay cold enough for me. I love a cold,
Yeah,
crisp
I will
water,
say it gets warmer fast. This is just a Yeti, like
but it's
clear
easier to drink
plastic
more when it's room
one.
temp. It's
It is
much easier to drink
easier.
more.
I just do such a better job if I can see the
Yeah.
water level I'm at.
Okay.
So I've been
That's
trying
smart.
that. Just drinking two of these is not, that's even less than I think I'm supposed to be drinking in a day, but I just
Yeah.
started with the bar low and it's
Hmm.
hard for me
It's a
to do,
task.
which
Yeah.
is embarrassing, but true.
Maybe just eat more spicy food and then you'll just
Yeah.
keep chugging it.
Just keep chugging it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Eat a lot of peanut
So,
butter through the day.
right. So I don't know how much of it is all that stuff contributing, but also not drinking. I feel I have a little bit better energy. My mood's
Yeah.
a little bit better. Like,
And possibly being off our phones is helping.
and then not being on my phone as
Yeah.
much, I think is helping too. And
Yeah.
especially like we'll get to this later, but I've kicked my phone out of the bedroom
Hmm.
and I find that I don't do the first thing I get up scroll, like
Right.
first thing right out of bed, not even out
Yeah.
of bed. I just pick up my phone while I'm in
Right.
bed and scroll. I'm not doing that. And I leave my phone downstairs. So it
Yeah.
also, I don't even get on it until I get all the way downstairs.
Yeah, same.
And that makes a big difference. Like
Doesn't
I was
it?
shocked at how much it changes the tone of my whole day. Like
Yeah.
it really does
Because you don't
change.
realize the feeling you're getting, like the scrolling, you're
Yeah.
whatever feeling you're trying to chase during that scroll. Like, you know, when I
Yes.
like in the morning I would end up like reading some like horrible news stories or like whatever would come
Yes.
across my feed. And then I'm like, well, and I didn't realize it was setting the tone for my day, like you're saying, in just like a
Yeah.
negative space because of the scrolling. So
And there's a weird feeling of like you get hooked into it first thing. And then I feel like it holds you all
you need
day
it all day.
almost.
Yep. Yep.
Like it's like it,
Yeah.
once you start, then you're just on, like it changes the relationship with the phone.
Yeah.
Like,
Agreed.
and it feels more intentional if I just start and I don't pick it up until later. I
Right.
don't even pick it
Yeah.
up because then I go downstairs and I get into like the morning
Yeah.
routine. I'm getting my kids ready for school. And a lot of times I don't even pick it up until I get back.
Yeah.
And then I've already started my day anyway. So that helps. But yeah, I don't know how much it's drinking. To be honest, I'm like a little bummed to think that it could be the drinking because
Yeah.
dang it.
Yeah. But I mean, also you got your diagnosis, like a lot of things,
Yeah,
a
that's
lot
true.
of improvements you're making, or that could
Yeah.
be impacting how you feel mentally.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. I was going to talk about that a little too, but like the ADHD diagnosis is sinking in and I'm starting to like just feel differently about that going through my day to day. And
yeah.
I think generally just trying to be kinder to myself and like
Mm-hmm.
stopping the narrative of like being mean to myself about
Yeah.
deficits I have or things that are hard for me to do.
Hmm.
I did in true ADHD fashion though last week. Was it last week? I think I
I think it
had
was
that
last week too.
appointment with my
Yeah.
new naturopathic doctor that I was so excited
Hmm.
about.
Yeah.
And I showed up 10 minutes late, and that's like their cut. 10 is their cutoff.
Yeah.
And they did it. They were like, no, you got to reschedule. And I was like, and I had to drive like 30 minutes to get there.
Yeah. But you were
Um,
saying that was the first time you were like, okay, like now I understand why I do these things. Like you were
yeah,
saying that was the
like,
first time you had an excuse, not excuse, but like, I don't know,
well,
a
it was really embarrassing. I felt so dumb. I got all the way there, and it was my literally my like establishing
well, you've been
appointment.
looking forward to that for like three
I
months, like
know.
for a long time. So that
So
sucks
I get in the car. I even brought all my supplement, like all my vitamins I've been
to
taking in a
show
little
what you've been saying.
bag to like show her, and I was
Aww.
so excited. And then I got back in my car, and then I proceeded with the habit of beating myself up. Like,
Right.
oh my, what the heck is
Yeah.
wrong with you, Lauren? Like, why can you not
But
just
now
make
you
it to
have
an
an
appointment?
answer.
But it was the first time I interrupted that pattern with like, okay, like it wasn't so much like I don't want to be late anymore, but it was more like acceptance of like, okay, I didn't manage the time well for that, and like moving on to what can I do differently
Hmm.
to manage myself
Yeah.
better, knowing that I have this like time blindness thing and I'm really bad at managing it, but just like being more gracious with myself right off the bat instead of just
Yeah.
like making it a personal attack where I was like, God,
Hmm.
you're just so stupid or you can't do it or what's wrong with you. Just being like, okay, I clearly didn't manage that well. And then just being able to move on to like strategies to be
Yeah.
better, I think is a
Yeah.
huge part of it. Because before it would just be like, I would just beat myself up and then I would just beat myself up. And then
Yeah.
the end of the story was just like, well, I suck at that. And that was it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't moving
Uh,
on to the part of like, okay, how can I make this better?
yeah.
Anyway, and I can't trick myself like I've tried. Like, okay, in
Yeah.
that situation, I should have just told myself that I had to leave at 12 at
Yeah.
11:45,
But your
right?
brain knows. Yeah.
But I'm too smart and
Yeah. Yeah.
I know that
Yeah.
it's actually 12 anyway.
Yeah. Ugh.
So, I don't know if other people struggle with this, probably not, but
I'm,
so anyway,
wow.
was that my low? Was that my high? I think it was my high.
A little. Yeah.
Um,
Hi.
sorry, but generally
No,
feeling better, and it might
that's good.
unfortunately be because I'm not drinking. I haven't decided, but it might
I
also
think it's
be,
a
and
combination. Sounds like a combo of
yeah,
everything.
yeah, a
Yeah.
combination. And also, I'm a little annoyed because I'm like, shoot, am I just like, I was that person when I was younger that like I didn't really have to try that hard to like I ate like crap
Yeah.
and I was always a good sleeper. But I was still always like pretty healthy, and it was always
Hmm.
really annoying to everybody. They're like, "Oh,
Hmm.
you have one of those like good metabolisms," and
Lucky.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Mm.
And I think it might now I'm like maybe I'm not in perimenopause and I just am realizing that I have to do these things to feel
Yeah.
okay now that I'm
Yeah.
40. Like I have to drink water, I have to eat
Yeah.
decent, I have to actually exercise.
That's funny. I was telling my
Maybe
kids, I was
that's
like,
what it
"Did you
is.
know that when I was little, we didn't have water bottles?" They're like, "What do you mean?" I was
Yeah.
like, "We just didn't have like we had a water bottle we take to
How?
like sports, but that was it. We didn't have
How
any."
did we
I
hydrate?
know, and he was, "Mom, did you guys have electricity?" I was like, "Yeah, we did. We had electricity." But it was pretty cute. But no, I don't.
Hmm.
I was not one of those lucky kids that. I mean, I ate like shit, but I also was very overweight and whatnot. So
Yeah.
it's no difference for me now. So it's fine. Yeah.
Well, I just like, yeah, I don't know if maybe that's the realization of like, oh
Yeah.
shoot, have I invented this whole imagining I'm dying or I have perimenopause or I have a huge
But
hormonal
it's really
shift,
just
and
like
it's
now you
really
have a
just like
normal
I'm
metabolism.
40 and I have to
Yeah.
actually try and do things.
Oh man, it's an
Like
awakening.
when I was younger and older people would always say, just wait,
Just
someday
wait. We're
you'll
there.
turn 40 and you can't eat that
Yeah.
shit.
Yep.
I'm here.
Here we
Dang
are.
it.
Here we
Anyway,
are.
what's your high?
Oh man. Well, my high is very similar to your high in the sense that I'm not sick anymore, which is great. I'm finally. I mean, I'm still. I
Yay!
think I'm always just gonna be a little sinusy, but aside
A
from
little
that, I'm not
snoozy.
sick, which is great.
That's great.
So I'm feeling better, but I'm just
Yay.
also just feeling like I'm taking control of my life in a way that I haven't tried to before. Like, I think I've
Hmm.
always just kind of ridden the wave of life and not had to. I've just been lucky to fall into. I'm not saying I fell into great jobs. I obviously worked for them and had to take the leap to get there, but I've never had to sit down and like control my life like this, and it feels
Mm.
good. Like I think part of it is I am loving the cake business and in a way that I'm loving being my own boss and feeling like I have control of it and feeling like
Mhm.
I'm I'm no longer feeling as guilty about not making as much money as I used to.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm just like loving the work I put out. Like every time I go to photograph my cake, I'm like, oh, it's so cute. And I'll
It
put it on the
is.
stand on its little studio. I have this little like fake studio background, and I'll like set it up, and then I'll have to leave the room to go get my phone or something and walk back in. I'm like, oh, look at it, it's so cute. And so like I just really am getting just really happy with what I'm building and how I'm spending my time and the feedback I'm getting from customers. I'm getting a lot of repeat orders now, and it's just like
Awesome.
been really fun. So I think it's that, and obviously starting the GLP-1 journey. I feel like I'm,
Mm-hmm.
on a new phase of just the health part of my life there, getting off the
Mm-hmm.
sleep medication. Granted, I am on just like magnesium. I have to take something. I've decided. Like, I have to take something at night to go to sleep.
So you're not taking
But
Unisom anymore.
no more Unisom. I haven't taken any Unisom.
And how long?
Um, I never went back on it. Right before I turned
Oh,
40, I got
really?
off it. I never took it again.
So you never
Except when
went
I was,
back?
no, but when I was like very, very, very sick in
Oh,
Mexico,
yeah.
I did take NyQuil. And NyQuil
Okay.
has that same ingredient as
Okay.
Unisom. So I did
Okay.
sleep the best I've slept
Oh,
in Mexico. But
I
because
feel
I
like you
physically
needed
couldn't
that.
fall asleep, my nose was so stuffy, I couldn't fall asleep without NyQuil or whatever. But I'm totally off of it. But so I've been using either like a weed gummy or
Mm-hmm.
magnesium or just like the Lemmy sleep gummies. I've just been like taking turns, just different
Trying different
combinations
stuff.
of,
Yeah.
and so I've decided I just have to take something, which I'm
Okay.
hoping at some point could literally just be like a Skittle and my brain will think it's something, like
Yeah.
trying to, again, but I can't trick myself the same way you can't trick yourself.
Yeah.
Um, but here is, this is a high because of the context of this story. Okay, so GLP-1s, they slow the progression of your digestion, right? So you digest things
Okay.
slower so
Okay.
that you don't feel hungry all the time, right? So I took a weed gummy, a whole one. So like if I remember taking a weed gummy for fun, like you saw me out in
Uh-huh.
Vegas, I only need a quarter, right? Just a quarter is fine
A
for me.
quarter, which is
A
what, how many
quarter of,
like
it's
two and a
2.5.
half, two, yeah.
Yeah. I could maybe do a half. I don't need a full. I definitely don't need a full one because a full one is
Okay.
too much for me.
A lot.
But I take a full one to go to sleep because I sleep through that high. It just like
Yeah.
puts me
You
to
pass
sleep and I
out.
sleep through that part. So the other day, this is just a few days ago, I took a weed gummy at night right before bed. Somehow I do manage to go to sleep. Okay. But I'm
Okay.
thinking maybe our bodies don't digest things while we're sleeping as much as I had hoped. I
Okay.
woke up. So I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I'm like, why? That's early, but whatever. So I just read for like an hour. I get out of bed. I feel fine. I'm like a little groggy. So I don't think I slept too great. And I'm like putting my makeup on. And then I'm like, oh my God. The full 10 milligram gummy kicked in at 6:30 in the morning. Okay.
No.
Like I, I just stared at myself in the
Oh.
mirror like, oh my God. Like the spit, like I was like floating and spinning and like, I had to take care of my kids. Like I had to get my
Oh
kids ready
no.
for school. And so I'm upstairs and I text my husband, I text Cam. I was like, so weird story. My gummy just kicked in. And he was like, really? I was like, I'm so high right now. Like I'm upstairs, I'm so high. And he thought it was so
Oh
funny. He was like,
no.
I can take the kids to school. And I was like, well, let me just like eat some, like let me come downstairs, eat something and see how I'm doing. And I come downstairs and like, my daughter's trying to tell me something. My son's trying to tell me something about like a story about a little tiny pencil, and it was weirding
Course.
me out. And I was just like staring at this pencil, and I sat down and I was like, I can't
I
do it.
can't
And so
do
I was like,
it.
Cam, you have to take the kids. He's like, it's fine, I can take them. And
So
I
he was
sat
in his
there, and
office working.
he was in his office working, and
Oh
I
my
was sitting on
gosh.
the couch, and I was like, you're taking them right now, like, with still 5 minutes, so I had to leave. And when I get in that kind of high, like minutes are hours, okay? So
Yeah.
like I'm like, you have to leave right now. And he was like, no, we'll leave in like 5 minutes. And I'm just watching them like, why are they gone? Why are my kids keep coming to talk to me? And I felt like I was like, God, this is what like drug head parents feel like when they're trying to like keep their addiction and try to take care of their kids, right? Like I was
Can
having
you
this really
imagine?
like awful, guilty feeling of like I'm so high in front of my kids, like on a Tuesday morning or whatever it was, right? Like
Yeah.
it was the most high I've ever been in my life, and like I was home with the
Oh
kids, and it
no.
was like morning. It was the weirdest thing in the world. So anyway, My husband finally leaves, and I just immediately just like pass out on
Pass
the
out.
couch for like 3 hours. Didn't move for like 3 hours. And then I finally wake up. I was like, I've got to get up and work on these cakes. And
Yeah.
so I pull myself up and I start working on it. But I was still like residual. Like, I mean, I'm telling you, it was
Really?
like the day was ruined. And so I was like,
What
okay,
time
I
did you
can
take it the night before?
8 p.m.
Oh my
I took it at
gosh.
8 p.m. and it didn't kick in until 6:30 in the morning. And so like
That's
I took a
wild.
screenshot of what because I Googled it right when I woke up. I was like, what I put like GLP-1 edible
Hmm.
weed gummies delay
Hmm.
or something. And sure enough, it was like
This
not
is a
only can
thing.
it delay it, but it can prolong how long it lasts once it does
Oh
kick in.
God.
And I was like, I can never
Great.
do another one of these again, ever, like
Oh my
ever.
gosh.
So that is no longer on the table for sleep, a sleep solution. Okay. But then I'm like, has that been the case for like even the magnesium gummies I was doing? Like, is that
Mm-hmm.
also not kicking in until the next one? Is that why I'm still so
So
freaking tired all
tired.
day?
Ooh,
So
interesting.
I have a problem now.
But are you
So I
sleeping
need
better?
to, I mean, not great. Like I feel really tired during the day, but I am like falling asleep. But like
Okay.
yesterday morning, I woke up at
You
4
still wake
a.m.
up?
and I was just
Okay.
awake for the day.
Yeah.
So not, I'm not sleeping great, but I'm starting to wonder if I just take nothing
Yeah.
because
I wonder
yeah.
how much it's a mental thing, like a
Oh
placebo
my
effect that
God.
you need to take something, or if
I'm
you,
sure I'm sure it's 100% it. Like I was like, if someone, I've always said that if someone would have come switch my Unisom pills
yeah,
with just placebo tabs and never told me, I would have.
Cam, we
But I
need your
know
help.
some. But the problem with the Unisom tabs is they were so like specific looking. They were a little
Oh yeah, you can't
round
fake it.
blue. They had a break apart thing, so
Okay.
it would have been hard. But
Shoot.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah, I
Cam
need
needs
someone to
to
manage
manage your
my
meds.
sleepy meds. Oh, but I did make an appointment to get a sleep consultation to see
Yay.
if I have any kind of sleep apnea. Again, I was
Okay.
for anyone who didn't hear that on the previous episode, I was reading a book about like preventing dementia, and a lot of it had to do with like how a lot of people have sleep apnea undiagnosed, and that can lead
Hmm.
to dementia, and it can also like
Hmm.
reverse it if you then sleep if you get rid of it. So I'm gonna do that again, getting my life
Amazing.
in order. I was like, I'm gonna make this appointment,
Yay.
and so yeah, I just feel like, and then with being off the phone, like
Yeah.
making these like changes intentionally to make my life in order at 40. I feel like I needed to turn
Yes.
40 to like snap myself into doing things the right way. So
Yeah, or just like intentionally, or feeling
yeah,
like you're in the driver's seat. You're not just like
yeah,
reacting to life, but you're
yeah.
like
Because I
driving
never
it.
had to be in the driver's seat of my health before. It just kind of like,
Right.
I'm sick, I go to doctor. Like, I don't know. I never
Right.
had to like proactively or like, I don't know, do all these things with my
Yeah.
health to feel normal.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your low?
What's my low? My low is I was having trouble thinking of one.
That's good. I think that's good.
I think
You
that's
don't have to
good.
have one.
I know. Christmas, see, prep, like, I don't know. I just feel like getting gifts together, getting like, I kind of like nailed all my Christmas gifts last week. I guess that's
Ooh.
not a bad thing. It's just like the busyness and the pressure of like trying to get everything done
Yeah.
before we're out of town.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have some new stitchy embroidery gifts I'm making,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to get all of that done. So just like busyness of trying to get it done,
Did
trying
you end
to
up
make it all
putting the tree up or
happen.
no?
So funny. We were like, I kept all the time being like, I don't have enough time. I'm not going to decorate. We're only going to
Yeah.
be here for like 2 weeks. I was telling everybody, oh, it's fine. It's just not worth it. And then like last weekend, Zach and I were like, we really want a tree. And so
Aw.
so Zach just like bought a $30 real tree actually,
Yeah.
because we are also on a bit of a budget this
Yeah.
Christmas. And I was like, if we're going to buy a new fake tree, because our fake tree is really pretty crappy.
Yeah.
And I want to buy one that we like want to use for years, and
Right.
they're expensive. And so
Yeah.
he was like, "Well, if that's the case, let's just get a cheap real tree and we'll throw it away." So we got a $30. It's like a little limpy. It's got like a
Yeah.
flat top. It's like the star. I put the star. It's a little funny, but it's
But you
great.
have a
It's 30
tree.
bucks, and
And
we
it
have a
probably
tree,
smells like pine.
and
It's
it
probably
smells great,
I've
and the
always
kids.
wanted a real one. We've never had a real one
Yeah,
ever.
yeah. And like Zach put the lights on it, which is always my least favorite part.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we caved and did it, even if it's just for two
Nice.
weeks, and the kids love it, and it was
Yeah.
fun. So,
That's fun.
yeah, it's just kind of like the busyness of getting ready before we travel and trying to finish all my handmade gifts.
Yeah.
But other than that, no lows. What's
Oh, I
yours?
guess my low is just like I know I said last episode I was like I'm gonna wear a Christmas hat and just be in the Christmas spirit, It was
Yeah.
like almost 70 degrees yesterday. I think today it's
Oh,
supposed to be almost 70. So
lame.
that doesn't feel like Christmas. There's no snow. And I really think just having like that early Thanksgiving and then going to Mexico just threw off like
Mm,
the whole like Christmas feeling. I don't know. It's
yeah.
weird. Like we went
Just weird.
to there's this bar on there's a restaurant bar concert venue on the river called the Mishawaka
Ooh.
that we love, and we went on. They have the funniest Santa ever there. Like so, it's like a whole like participatory like event. It's not just like go meet Santa and get a photo. Like Santa has a
Oh.
PowerPoint. Okay.
Oh.
Santa also might be on shrooms. You never know what's going to come out of this Santa's mouth.
What's
But
the
he has a
PowerPoint about?
oh, every reindeer, introducing every
Okay.
reindeer. He has stories behind the reindeers and he brings an antler and like every reindeer has a elf helper and then he has
Oh
little
my
potions.
God.
He has this little box of potions that he opens. So he's like, this potion helps me get really small so I can fit through if you don't have a chimney or if you like he has like
Okay.
answers to everything, which is great because like it lets
Yeah.
it keeps the magic alive for the kids.
Keeps
And
the
he's like, and
magic
this
alive.
potion stops time for me because I can't literally hit every house in one night unless I can stop time. And this
Smart.
potion, oh, is like dust for the reindeer to fly or something.
Yeah.
He like makes a phone call to his head elf back at the North Pole during it. Like it's just like the cutest thing. So we've
Cute.
gone every year for 3 years. I was afraid the kids would start to get bored because it's kind of the same thing every year, but they
Yeah.
don't.
They
And
love
this
it.
Santa will answer any question the kids have. So because this is the first year where like we overheard my son and my nephew being like, "Do you think he's real, or do you think it's just our
Oh,
dad? Do you think it's just
really?
our dad putting a suit on?" And I was like,
Is this the first
first of
year
all,
Harvey's ever been
well, I would be
suspicious?
like, first of all, fuck you. It's the mom. I did everything. Like, I bought all
Exactly.
these presents. I wrapped all the presents.
They're like,
Anyway,
is it my
and
dad? Is
my
it my
dad.
dad?
No, he doesn't
No,
even know
it's
what's
not,
in your
man. It's your
presents. He doesn't
fucking
know what they are.
mom.
Anyway,
Just kidding.
that was just a side
Zach, you
rant.
do a great job.
Yeah, Cam, thanks for letting me spend what I want. Uh, he's admittedly a terrible rapper, so it is very
Mm,
bad. So I was like, I'll do
mm.
it. Um,
It's fine.
anyway, all that aside,
Sorry, yeah.
this is the first
Same
year we
thing.
overheard them kind
Oh
of questioning. And I
no.
mean, he's about to be 9, so like I feel
Okay.
like that's around when I figured it out.
Yeah, that's
Um,
so
I
interesting.
know, and so we're like, oh, and so Cam and I was kind of like, should we just tell him? Like,
Yeah.
should we just tell him?
But he wasn't asking you
Now he was
directly. You just
asking us, so
overheard him.
yeah, and then well, like, so then I was like, all right, well, here's the thing, I don't want to lie to him if he
Right.
asks, right?
Right.
So I was like, let's get one more Christmas out of him, and if he
Yeah.
asks next year, we can be honest, but
Yeah.
like, and then we can like rope him into the him becoming Santa with us. But I was very much like, oh, I thought I had more time. I don't know, it goes so fast. Because those
That's so
first couple
funny.
years, like 1 and 2 and 3, they're too young to like
Right.
really
Get
grasp
it?
that concept. So you really only
Yes.
have like once they're four,
A
five,
few
6, 7,
good
yeah.
ones.
Which I thought you
Well,
had a whole lot of time with
I
that.
know. That's so true.
Hmm.
So Elliot, my youngest, already knows.
Yeah,
And she's,
really?
yeah. So
Because she
I'm
flat
impressed
out
that you got
asked.
as far, yeah, she flat out asked. I'm impressed that you got as far as you did with Harvey because
Yeah.
Elliot is 7
Okay.
and she asked this year, I can't
Okay.
remember, a few months ago. And we always said the same thing. We were like, we'll keep the
They
magic
ask
alive,
us.
but if she asks me point blank, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah.
And so unfortunately, she did. She was just like, I heard this. Is it true? And like, I was, dang it.
Ah, dang.
Because I wanted it to be a little longer. And
Yeah.
so we told her, we're like, yeah, but it's just like, and she actually took it really well. She was like, that
Really.
makes sense. And
Yeah.
her personality, she actually loves like making
Helping
surprises
with
for
it.
people and
That's
making
cute.
gifts for people and
Yeah.
like delighting people. So
Yeah.
I think she was like empathetic to it kind of. She was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I get it. So that was good. At least she wasn't like devastated. And
Hmm.
then I had to really transition her into like, okay, but you need to keep it alive for Crosby
Yeah.
because my little one is 4 and he is in like
Yeah.
the sweet Santa
Yeah.
spot
The
because
good
he's just
spot.
old enough to like get it
Right.
and enjoy it, but he still very much believes. And so I've tried to recruit her to like
Yeah.
help with him. And it was really funny. They want an elf on the shelf really
No,
bad. And
no,
I'm like,
don't ever do it.
absolutely
Don't
not.
ever do it.
I
I
thought
will
about it that
never.
once and you guys
Nope.
talked me out of it. And
I
I'm
will
so glad you
never.
did. But they instead, Elliot just picked this stuffy. It's like a Yoshi stuffy we have.
Yeah.
And she made it their elf on the shelf and
Oh
she
my
moves
gosh.
it around for
Okay.
Crosby. And it's
That's
actually
so
really cute.
funny.
But she's
That's
really
cute.
terrible at it. She's like really transparent. And so she'll just be like, hold on a second. And then she'll like leave. She'll, don't follow me. And she'll leave, run away, and she'll come back
And
and
move it.
Crosby, the elf moved.
That's so funny.
And he'll be
That's
like, "Oh my
adorable.
God," and then he'll run. So we let it be their thing, and it's actually kind of cute.
That's
The little
cute.
Yoshi elf, and she'll
Yeah.
like put little elf clothes on it and stuff.
Oh.
So anyway, long story short, but yeah, I am surprised you made it as far as you did. Is
So
Havana still
we're gonna
like
make.
on
Yeah,
board?
she's still on board. Yep. But that
Okay,
conversation was
good.
happening close to the younger kids, so we were like,
You
oh, so
gotta
we kind of
tell
like
him.
interrupted to just kind of like change the subject.
Yeah. Well, it's almost like
Because
a reason you have to tell him because you have to recruit him
right to
to
not
like not
tell.
spoil
Yeah,
it.
I know. So
Yeah.
I hope we have another year. At least we'll get through this one and then see what happens
And
next
then
year.
see what happens. Yeah. Do you think he'll
But
be
yeah, so,
bummed? Or do you think he'll
no, he's the
Yeah.
logical. He's the most logical kid. Like
Yeah.
he's like, well, duh. Like yeah,
Obviously.
because it was funny because we were like, we sometimes do like the can you catch the leprechaun? They think it's so fun to like
Yeah.
build a trap, and
Oh
then
yeah.
you put like things in it so that the leprechaun tries to go inside the box, and then you set a trap so it catches it.
Oh,
So
cute.
just for fun, I started doing that, and I like doing it. And it was fun, and it's not a lot of work or anything.
Yeah.
And one time after that, he was like, "Yeah, I don't think there's a real leprechaun. Like, I'm pretty sure it's just you
Yeah.
guys." And he said that with Havana in the car, and we're like, "Okay, all right, well." And then like we got home, and Cam was like, "But he thinks a fucking fairy goes in his room and takes his teeth. Like the things that he decides to like
That
believe
makes
in
sense
and
and
not." It
don't.
was
Yeah.
so funny. It's
Well,
like, yeah, you're right. Like,
that's funny too
wait,
because Elliot followed up her Santa question. She
with
immediately
the,
followed with Tooth Fairy and Easter Bunny. She's like, "So
really,
what about this and what about this?" I'm like, "Dang." Like, I don't want
yeah,
to ruin
yeah, all
everything
of
for
it.
you in one swoop, but I don't want to lie to
Same.
you either. So
Yeah. Oh,
anyway,
that's hard.
I know. Kind of stinks. But
So anyway,
I'm
that was
glad that she's
my,
fitting in on the magic
yeah,
making,
that's good. Yeah.
which is fun. So
So that was just my low, is just that I can't get into the
get
Christmas
into
spirit.
it.
I tried,
I tried.
but I tried. I really did.
Are you guys gonna do Christmas like
So that's the other thing
your
is like,
parents and Drea?
that used to be where everyone would come in town, and
Yeah,
now
you guys already
that's
did
not the
that.
case. So I mean, I do have my parents here and my sister and her family. So I mean, we'll definitely get together. My dad talked about this like scavenger hunt he has planned for the kids to
Okay.
get gifts and stuff. So they'll be do something. And then we were
Yeah.
talking about maybe just going out for hibachi and just
Hmm.
wearing like Christmas sweaters and like
That
not
sounds fun.
not having to cook a whole nother meal. So we'll
Yeah,
see.
yeah. Do it.
Yeah,
I think that sounds awesome.
yeah. But
Well, sweet. Okay, so those are our highs and lows.
highs and lows done.
What are we reading? What are you reading?
Okay, so I just read this book called The Female by N.V. Wright. Okay. I highly recommend this book for anyone who isn't sure if they want to get into fantasy at all and also
Okay.
isn't sure if they want to get into smut that much. It's this really, like, really good. Like, I loved this book so much.
Okay.
I'll just like I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'll just say like it opens in a world where the female population has decreased so much that women are sold at auction. Okay, so
Whoa.
it's like I'm
Okay.
like I want to read more about this, what's happening, like, and then like, if you like have a girl baby, which is very rare, but if you do happen to have a girl baby, you have to surrender them to this facility where they have to stay until they're 18 and can be auctioned off. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
But the book opens with like someone who was hidden, like this daughter. This woman had a daughter, and they hid her. They built like a cubby and hid her so she
Oh
could
my gosh.
stay with them.
Okay.
So that's how it opens, and so it's very light on the fantasy, but then it does get the auction does involve demons and shifters and like humans and
gosh.
elves, like everything. So,
Okay.
but this book was so freaking good, like so freaking good. I can't explain the tension in this book. Like, it kind of does switch pretty fast from like I want to hear all about this to kind of like
Smutty.
forget all that. Let's get into this. Yeah, smut. But the smut wasn't like not like crazy graphic and not
Okay.
like I don't want to give anything away, so I'm not going to say more than that. But this book was so freaking good, and then I realized there's 5 of
Interesting.
them.
Oh,
I thought
no.
this was a brand new book that just came out. I
Yeah.
did not know it was a 5-book series. So I've read the
Oh.
first 2,
Okay.
and I'm taking a little time out to read some other stuff. But definitely highly recommend the first one. Like,
Nice.
it's called The Female by N.B. Wright.
Okay.
I think it's available on Kindle Unlimited for free right now.
Okay. Sweet.
So take advantage of that. So good. I also just read this book called No Tomorrow by Carrie and Cole.
Okay.
Loved this book. It's one of these books I'm gonna think about forever. Like it's
Oh.
because like it's it's one of those. I don't. Did you ever read like Talking at Night or May Luna, Daisy Jones and the
Oh,
Six?
no, I read did I read Daisy Jones and the Six? I haven't. I
I
haven't.
mean, so it has the musician back, but
Okay.
long like not. I won't do any spoilers, but essentially, like this girl falls in love with this musician at the park,
Okay.
and he happens to be homeless. Okay,
Okay.
and like you don't even think about all the things you'd have to think about if you're going to date a homeless guy, right? Like you can't go to his
Yeah.
house, you can't have a
Right.
sleepover, and she lives with her parents, so she can't bring him home to her house. So the
Okay.
way you have to figure out dating, and also like when he doesn't have the funds to like take you on a date, what constitutes a date, and then as things, oh, I'm not gonna give anything away. This book was
It's like
so good
twisty.
because it dives into undiagnosed mental health, that
Okay.
like where you're kind of like you don't want to root for him because he's been bad to her at times, but you don't know that
Right.
he has these undiagnosed mental health problems.
Interesting.
And then you start to like feel like, but these people deserve love too, right? Like they deserve to have a relationship too. I don't
Uh-huh.
know. It was like I was so torn in how I felt when I was reading this book that I was just like, kept
Interesting.
going back and forth, rooting for him and not rooting for
Yeah,
him.
is it kind of the like who's the bad guy, who's not the bad guy? Like
Yeah, yeah. Like you're almost
you can't
like, he
decide.
doesn't treat you right. You don't need that. But is it because of, if he's
Yeah.
medicated and then treats you right, like is that the answer?
Interesting.
Anyway, love this book. I cried. I love that book. I would recommend that
Oh,
to anyone. I think it's so good,
okay.
especially if you like
Good
any
Christmas read.
musician themed books. Like it was heavy into
Okay.
like, I'm not gonna say anyway. I don't want to spoil anything.
Oh gosh.
That
Okay.
one was
All
incredible.
right.
So good.
Okay.
What are you
I'll add that.
reading?
I need to add that one to my list.
Oh, it's so good.
I am listening to Hamnet right now.
Okay.
Did I talk about this book?
I feel like
Shakespeare
I feel like
fanfic
I've
kind
heard
of.
about it, so maybe it was from you. Is it also a
Maybe.
movie or no?
So it's a
No?
movie that's coming out soon with Paul
Okay.
Mescal, who I'm a big fan
Who you
of.
love.
Sorry, Zach. And Jessie Buckley, the actress.
I don't know who that is.
She's been in some stuff. I can't, none of which I can think of right now.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, I saw that the movie was coming out and it looked really good. And then I read about the book it's based on, and it sounded really interesting. So I've been listening to it on my walks, which is really
Yeah.
handy. And it's really good. So it's basically an imagined story about parts of the life. It's about the life of William Shakespeare's wife. Basically,
Okay.
it's all, I mean, he's in it too, but it's a little bit more centered on her. But it's
Hmm.
imagined based on some true facts they knew about her and him and
Okay.
their kids. So they had a son named Hamnet, not Hamlet with an L,
Okay.
but with an N, Hamnet.
Hmm.
And who, I guess this probably isn't a big spoiler, but who died in the plague.
Okay.
And they have two other kids too that survived, but they had a son named Hamnet who died. And so it's a kind of a story about that. And then I think some of the suspicion is that Hamlet, like that William Shakespeare wrote Hamlet, somewhat inspired by his son.
Okay.
Apparently back then those names were like interchangeable, like
Okay.
Hamlet or Hamnet. It was kind of like the same name, I guess,
Okay.
ish. So that's like the theory. And so this whole story is about her and like her journey through all of this and having him. And anyway, it's also like really well written and it's really interesting. She's like a really interesting character, and it goes through the whole story without naming Shakespeare.
Okay.
It names like it always just calls him like her husband or
Oh, that's
the
fun.
the guy or the he's a Latin tutor, so they call him the tutor, or the son when they're talking about him and his family. They never name
Yeah.
him. She never
That's
names him, which
cool.
is so interesting to me because all the other characters have names. Anyway, so it's really interesting, and it's making me excited to watch the movie.
That's
But I like it.
cool.
It's definitely, I love around Christmas time to read something that's like kind of a period piece. It makes
Yeah.
me feel, I don't know, it's like Christmassy
Yeah.
vibes for some
That's
reason.
cool. Well, I used to do like
But I like it.
I used to theme my reading around the
Yeah.
season. I
Seasonal.
did, but God,
Yeah.
some of these fall Christmas ones are just a little too cheesy.
Too
I
cheesy.
can't do it
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, for
Well,
sure.
that's fun. That list seems interesting. I'll probably watch the
Yeah.
movie. I don't know if I'll read it, but
Yeah. Watch the movie, see what you think.
yeah, good
And that's it
deal.
right now. I'm kind of slow on the reading, other than our phone breakup book, which
Yeah, well,
maybe is
and
a good
that's
segue.
yeah, that's also my current obsession. So that's what we got. So we're gonna.
Yes.
I would love to dive into this. So like today is day. So for anyone who hasn't been listening, we are reading the book "How to Break Up with Your Phone" by
Well, I don't have
Catherine
mine.
Price. I have mine. Don't worry.
Don't
And
worry.
so we are on today's day 16, I believe,
Oh
of
my
our
God.
30-day, yeah, they call it a breakup, our 30-day breakup.
Yep. Yeah.
And so like week one was based around, so week one was called technology triage. It was mostly
Hmm.
about like identifying triggers that make you reach your phone and also just identifying how it makes you feel, not only mentally, but physically. Like, what is your posture like when you're using your phone? But also like identifying why am I reaching for it? What else could I be doing? So it's just kind of it was a really good way. Because if you had just like not done that part and then been like, delete
Yeah.
this app, I'd have been like, well,
It wouldn't have
why?
worked.
And no, like it wouldn't have
Yeah.
happened. So how did you feel about week one?
Yeah, I totally agree. It's like you have to do the exploration of, I know it sounds a little like woo wooey, but
It
like
does.
you have to do the moments of like, she talks a lot about inserting a pause. So, like, every
Hmm.
time, just noticing when you go for your phone, why? Like, what is it you
Yeah.
want in that moment? And slowing yourself down enough just to pause, just so you notice. And
Yeah.
that sounds basic, but it really is like revolutionary because you start to
Yeah.
realize what you're looking for. And for me, like at different times in my day, it's different things. Like
Serving her
sometimes
purpose.
I'm,
Yeah.
like, and so I learned a lot just by noticing more and noticing how it makes me feel and
Yeah.
noticing all that stuff and noticing when but yeah, it's like then when I go to try to change my habits, which is the following week, I know why I'm doing it more. Like I
Right.
have a
Yeah.
better sense of like, okay, I know that this is a problem area. I know this is a
Yeah.
problem app. I know this is a problem time in my day, like a trigger that
Yeah.
makes me want to, I don't know. It really does make a difference because if you just try to start doing the stuff
Yeah.
without
You would,
having a sense
it
of
wouldn't stick.
why, it
Yeah.
doesn't
You
stick
wouldn't.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think she
Yeah.
even said in the book, she compared it to like if you get out of one relationship and don't identify all the reasons it was bad,
Yes.
you're going to jump right back into another one that has the same or similar bad.
You
Like
repeat the same
yeah,
patterns.
you need to
Yeah.
like really sit down and think about why and whatnot. So
The whole
week
relationship
two,
metaphor definitely kind of
yeah,
works. She
yeah,
uses it
it
a lot in
does.
the book to
Yeah.
be like funny, but
She
humanizes.
humanizes the phone or something.
Yeah.
So if you start to think of him as just like a shitty boyfriend, then you're like, I don't need
Yeah.
you, which is
Right.
great. So week two was called changing your habits. Okay. So week two is one we just finished. And it
Yes.
was all about, week two was turning off your notifications, make your phone boring, get the phone out of your bedroom, and then
Mhm.
triggers for positive habits, and then using technology to protect yourself from technology. So,
Yes.
um, I had turned off notifications, I think, after I realized how many I was getting, I turned them all
Yeah.
off day one. So, had you already done that or no?
So I had not done the notifications. Well, wait, I want to go backwards too because at
Okay.
the end of week one, we forgot to mention you have to delete your problem apps,
Okay. That was a
right?
big one.
That was a big one. So I
And like,
deleted. Oh,
well, I
go
remember
ahead.
I struggled. Like, I could not delete. Was it Instagram? I think it was Instagram. I was
Instagram,
like, I
I
haven't done
did.
it
It
yet.
took me a second to delete too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
And it took
talked
me
myself
days.
into like, well, I need it for the pod, and like
Right.
and Instagram is not an easy one to use on a web
Oh my God.
browser. And
I have
so
huge rants about that.
yeah. So I was like, oh, but then I finally, you talked me into it. You were like, just delete it. And
Yeah.
I did. And Facebook is a big one. I didn't realize how much time I was mindlessly going to
Just scrolling.
Facebook. So
Just
dumb.
scrolling. Yeah.
I don't really use TikTok that much actually. So that one was
Okay.
easier for me to delete. So
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Yeah, the social app. I mean, that's all
Yeah.
it was that I deleted, I think. I'm trying to remember if I deleted anything else, but I think that was it.
But and like to your point where the mobile version, so in this book she says, I'm not
Yes.
telling you not to use it. You can use Facebook. You can
Just
use
go to the web
Instagram.
browser. Yeah.
Delete the app. You can just either do it on your desktop or use the web version on your phone, the mobile site. So I was like, oh, well then I'm still using it. But you use that for 4 seconds, you're over it. This is
Yeah.
the clunkiest, least user friendly
Yes.
not apps, websites I've ever tried to use, and they do it on purpose so that you use the app. Like
Right.
they
They make it
want you to use the
frictionless,
app.
right? And she talks about that. You want to
Oh, it
add the
makes me so
friction
mad.
back in so that if you're going, you really want to go. Like you
Right.
have to
You have to have
really,
a purpose. Like
yeah.
I will only look at Instagram and Facebook and use that awful web browser if I need to post a picture of a cake or if I
Hmm.
need to post in one of the groups to get cake orders. So I really have stopped using it socially and
Yeah.
only use it for business, which is great because which has stopped me from doing dumb shit. Like I think I posted one picture in the past 2 weeks, and
Yeah.
it was like at our bar that we have in Red Feather, we got like
Oh
mugs
yeah, I
on the
saw
wall.
that.
You can buy like personalized mugs that stay there and you get like discounts on your drinks. Anyway,
Oh,
we're really happy to just have our mugs, and like it was all Christmassy there and I had to take a
yeah.
picture. So I posted one, but other than that, I'm not curating my life. I didn't even like,
Yeah.
I have pictures of the kids with Santa that I didn't post. And like, but I am so mad at these freaking web versions because when I go to the web version on my phone on Instagram to post a cake photo and a story,
Mm-hmm.
I can't repost. So I usually repost from my Lauren account I
Oh, yeah.
repost. You can't repost on that. You can't add music to it. So like now it's just a
Yeah.
boring photo. You can't, it gives you one option for copy if you want to add copy to the picture on a story.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just one font, one size. You can't even change the
Oh,
size. So
gross.
and so it's like blocking my kid. I'm so mad because I don't want that to make me re-download the app, right?
Right.
But my business promotion shouldn't suffer because I
Right.
have a technology
And
problem.
the Meta like business tools don't
Yeah.
give you those options in
No,
Instagram either.
no,
You still have to do it
no.
in the app. Yeah. It's
Exactly.
like a mobile platform. That's like
Yeah.
how it's built. Yeah.
It wants you to use the app and
Can
it
you
drives me
schedule in
insane.
Instagram like
You can,
from the mobile app? Because I wonder if you could go it like download it to have a day or a time that's like
yeah,
do your business content and
yeah,
then literally schedule it all and then like uninstall it.
yeah,
Maybe?
maybe. I don't know. I need to
That's
figure
a
out
pain.
something because
Yeah.
it is like hurting my. And then I'm like, does anyone really care if there's music on this photo of a cake? No, probably not. So like, I'm also
But
trying to change my
still.
expectation
Yeah, yeah.
of what matters. Like, do I really need to repost it from my other account, or have the people that follow me on my personal account already followed the cakes if they want to see the cakes? Right? I don't know. But
Oh,
so
sorry.
that's why that one was. That's my complaint about those.
Yeah.
But I have been without the apps since that day. Um, and I'm so happy to not have them. I'm so happy to
Yeah.
not have them.
Me
Like
too. I
a
don't
little part of me
so
does feel out of the loop in the
out of
world, like
touch.
out of touch with because I turned off notifications, so I don't get news alerts
Yeah.
anymore. And
Same.
so I was like logging in, I was on my web browser on Facebook to post a cake, and I saw these things about like someone who died, like a comedian or an actor or something, Rob
Mm-hmm.
Reiner. I didn't, and I was like,
Yeah.
first of all, I don't know who this is, and then so I had to go search it, and then I was like, but it just made me realize like, if there was like a life of I don't know. I would
Yeah.
not know things unless I
News.
seek them out. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Which
Yeah,
is
I
good and
agree.
bad.
And I also deleted, so I definitely spend less time, a lot less time, now that my social apps are gone. And I don't really miss them. To your point, like I
Yeah.
don't miss them
I
until
don't
I
miss
learn
it.
of something where I'm like, oh,
Oh,
I wouldn't have known about that or
yeah.
whatever. Um, and oh, I also deleted my shopping apps,
Oh,
Target
did
and
you? Oh, I did
Amazon,
not.
because I realize one of the triggers I have is like shopping needs. Like, oh, I need to buy that. Oh, I need to get
Yeah.
that. I need like, oh, whether it's like something for the kids or a Christmas gift. Well, especially Christmas gift right now, but like
Hmm.
just like little things. If I think of it and I have my phone, I just open
Yeah.
my phone and try to do it right
Yeah.
then. And but then that is a gateway drug because
Yeah.
once I'm in and then I start like doing other stuff. So I
Yeah.
did the same thing where I was like, I'm gonna start one of the things I started doing was is I carry around a
A
paper
real
notebook,
notebook.
a
Okay.
real notebook,
I love
because
that.
I also use my notes app a ton. And
Yeah,
it's
and that's a
also a
gateway.
gateway
It
drug
is.
because I'll open it to be like, oh, I want to make my to-do list or write down something I want to remember or
Yep.
whatever. And so I'm trying to actually do it in a paper
In
notebook.
real
And
paper.
whether it's even just like shopping, oh, I need to buy
Yeah.
this thing. And then later today, when I sit down at my like determined time with my
Yeah.
laptop, I will do
Yeah.
all those things. I'll like look up the thing I thought about this morning that I wanted to look
Yeah.
up or buy the thing that I wanted to buy. And
Yeah.
so I think it helps. It slows me down from just like being
Yeah.
reactionary too. And I just don't open it up as much. So I feel like that helps.
Yeah. That I have not done that. I don't know if I have the balls to do that. Like, I don't know.
I have the
Just because
balls.
like as I think of like ingredients I need, I have to automatically add
Oh yeah.
those to my cart. Like, but a
Right?
while back, I did start like on Amazon, especially like adding to my cart, but then not buying. And then a few days
Yeah.
later, I'll visit it, and I'm like, oh, did I? And I was like, oh, I didn't need that. So like, I'll start deleting. So,
It also helps me
um,
slow down buying. I'm like, do I really need it? Like,
right.
how
Well, and if
urgent
you
is
take the
it?
time later to then search the product, maybe it's cheaper not on Amazon, right? Like maybe you're getting at a
Right.
better deal. And on Amazon, we're just getting the first thing that it serves us, right? Like,
Right.
so maybe you can find a better version of whatever you need elsewhere. I don't know.
Yeah. It
We're
just helps you slow down, which is
yeah,
always, I feel like, good because then you question everything a little bit more. Like, how
yeah,
urgent is this really? And that's also a budget thing, frankly. Like, it
yeah,
helps me not just like quickly buy things or
yeah,
Target, like knowing I can just like put something in my Target cart and then pick it up in a few hours,
yeah,
like, is really tempting.
yeah.
Um, So anyway, that helps a ton on the deleting apps. Yeah. And
Well,
then,
oh, go ahead.
oh, no, go ahead.
No, you go, you go, you go.
No,
You
you
were on.
go. I
Well,
was
I
going
was
to talk
saying,
about notifications.
okay.
They're the worst.
Talk about notifications. Do it.
Oh,
Do
so you
it.
turned all yours off?
Yeah, all of them except for text messages and
Okay.
like Facebook Messenger, 'cause that's how my cake orders come in.
Okay.
But I turned
So
everything
one
else off
so one of the annoying things about turning off your notifications is you have to go app by app.
individually.
There's
Just a
no
pain in the
one
ass.
big button to turn them all
Yeah,
off in
yeah,
your phone, which of course they make it like that.
right.
So what I did is I was a little nervous about notifications, and also I was just like a little lazy. I didn't want to go through every single one.
Yeah.
So, okay, a few thoughts. One, I have way too many apps. Like I need to delete
When did I
half of
download
them.
these? I don't know.
No
And
idea.
why?
And why? So
Yeah.
there's that. And then two, well, I tried. So iPhone offers this notification summary tool. So you
Okay.
can't turn them all off, but you can turn on a summary. So instead of notifying you all day, you can do like a once daily summary where it'll just round up all your notifications and show them to you at one time a day.
Okay.
And so I decided to start with that and see how it went. So I do like an 8 a.m. and an 8 p.m.
Okay.
And so I think it helps. And then what I noticed, so I'm not getting them all day. What I noticed is in the beginning, I would go to when I get the summary, I would go through them and I would just like scroll them and see if any of them mattered and then delete them all. And
Yeah.
then, but now, like, I don't even,
Because like I don't need
the
those.
summary comes up and I'm like, I don't even really feel compelled to look through it. Like,
Yeah.
what am I missing? Like,
Nothing. Yeah.
so I think I could just turn it all off because
Yeah, do
now
it.
even the summary comes up and I'm not motivated to look at it.
Yeah.
So
I was literally
anyway.
like before I'd get like an alert, like a notification from the Krispy Kreme app. Why do I have that? And then I'd
Right.
be like, well, now I need donuts. Like it worked. Like I really would then
Right.
think I need donuts. And so
Yeah.
no, I turned everything off. And but also similar to that, like my mail, like so right when Black Friday hit, that's when you get 9,000 emails.
Oh my
I don't
God.
remember what I'm subscribed to until Black Friday. On Black Friday and Cyber Monday, unsubscribed to every single thing. So now the only emails I get, well, I get the LinkedIn job alerts because I'm too lazy to log in and turn them off because you have to go do it on LinkedIn. Because on
Yeah.
Gmail, you can just hit unsubscribe on all these emails. It was so easy. And so where I used to always feel like I needed to check my phone, check my email, those emails, I would have like 20, 30 emails and they're all mostly just crap that I don't need. And so
Promotional, yeah.
now if I log in and I haven't been on my computer all day, I'll have 2 emails and it's like LinkedIn job alerts and something else down. So it's like
Imagine that.
it's the same as like turning off the notifications. Now I turned off all the shit I had subscribed to.
Yeah.
So it's so nice. It's like the
And-
feel because I always unread things make me feel anxious. I have to read them. So if I if I see that I have something in my inbox, if I see text messages that haven't been read, I have to read them right away. I'm not one of those people that can have unread messages
A big
on their
red
phone.
button with,
yeah,
like,
I can't.
the
I
red
can't. It
badge
stresses
with
me
all
out.
yeah.
I immediately have to like take care of that. So now only having a few is so much more manageable.
Yes.
So much less stressful. And I know if I actually get an email, it's probably important because it's not some crap that I subscribe to.
And I changed the preview on the screen because you know how
Yeah.
like so I also would get a lot of text marketing. So I also have been unsubscribing from all my text
too.
marketing
Yeah.
because I would also get my texts would preview on my home screen on my lock screen.
Yeah.
And so I would get if I would get like a marketing text that would preview, it wouldn't
Yeah.
matter if I was interested, but now it's in my brain. Now I'm thinking about it for a
I
half
see it.
second. And it totally interrupts
Yeah.
like whatever I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I unsubscribed them all and I changed my notification style so that I don't get the preview on my screen.
Okay.
Because I don't like know what my notification is. I can see if I
Yeah.
have like it's a little sum at the bottom now. And so it's more like, okay, when I go to check them, I'm going to look at them. It's not like I'm
Yeah.
interrupted by them,
Yeah.
you know, and like I instantly know what that is because I can read it on my
Right.
screen over
Yeah.
there.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
I've like started leaving my phone in the car. Like I've gone out
Yeah.
now to dinner, leave my phone in the
Oh.
car. And then the coolest thing is like I realized I don't need it. I didn't need it any time while we were out.
Right.
Like the whole time we're out, I was like, why would I ever need to pick this up? Whereas
Right.
if I had it with me, I would have just been while I'm out. So like in week
Mild
2, they talk
boredom.
about fubbing, where you're like,
Yeah.
or was that yesterday's? I don't remember, but like
Yeah. I think it's
they talk
week-
about
maybe
fubbing,
2.
where like you start to notice other people picking up their phone in front of you, like while you're all out. And like, why is that person on their phone? And I'm like, that used to be me. And now I'm
Yeah.
trying not to be judgmental when I do see people do it because now I'm like, now that I don't, I'm a little snobby about it. But
Yeah.
I don't say anything, but I just in my head, I'm like, you don't need to be on your phone right now. There is nothing
Right.
that important. So I've been leaving it in the phone. Like you, I'm not touching it till after I drop my kids off. So I used to
Yeah.
have my phone with me taking the kids to drop off and then
Yes.
having to, or I'd scroll like while I'm waiting or like while people
Yes.
are like not there yet. Because our drop off, I've talked about this, but it's a big social, we're friends with all the
Mhm.
parents. So we have a great time at drop off and pick up. But if I'd be waiting for someone else to get there, I'd be just scrolling mindlessly. And instead, I'm just like, looking from the playground, you see a beautiful view of the mountains. You see like, you can see
Yeah.
rolling hills and just weather. And I'm just like trying to be present instead. And I just freaking
Yes.
love it. Like I do not miss my phone. And I never
Yeah.
thought I would say that. But
And
I
I
did
do.
look at my pickups. I'm
Oh, yeah.
still picking my phone up the same number of times.
Same. Mine, that was
57
the area
times.
that lowered the least for me
Same.
too, the pickups. So that's
Yeah.
interesting. I want to
So
dig
it
into
shows I'm
that. Like,
still a, I'm, but before, so like it used to be for dumb shit and now it's
mhm.
specifically messages. And
Yeah,
so,
mine is messages
yeah,
and it's like, but my screen time is down to
yeah.
like, so what's yours down
So my
from or
total, so last time I looked was 5 hours and 12 was when we started this. But again,
hmm
that one was on a week where that was the week I was in Mexico where my phone barely worked. So I scrolled to the week before that and it was like 6 hours something. So I
Yeah,
was spending a good 6 hours something on my phone. And today I looked and my new daily average is 2 hours and 56 minutes. So
that's
that's three.
awesome.
So I cut it in half and I looked at what I spent time on and it was messages, Kindle, and Chrome, which just means that was me going
Yeah.
to the mobile version probably of whatever
hmm
Instagram or Facebook for work because I'm not really using it to scroll.
Yeah.
So I love that. I'm like 3 hours a day on my phone.
That's
Not bad.
amazing.
What's your daily now?
Mine last week was 4 hours, 15 minutes.
Okay.
And that I didn't record what it was before. It
Last
was
week or
over
when we started?
last week. So
Okay.
last week, the better, like since we've been doing it.
Yeah.
Was 4 hours, 15 minutes. But before that, it was over 5 hours. It said, I
Okay.
didn't write exactly what it was before, but I wrote that it's down 42% from the week
Okay.
prior.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's getting better, but mine are messages, Spotify and
Yeah.
Chrome, but I
And so
I
you can't count
stream from
Spotify. That's
Spotify a
I know that's the
ton.
thing. You can't count that.
So
So,
I think that's a
because
big
mine's Kindle
contributor.
too. I'm like Kindle. I can't count that. It
Yeah.
shouldn't be screen time because I'm like reading.
I find myself
So,
like if I'm working at my desk, I make sure I'm streaming Spotify from my desktop and
oh,
stuff so
okay,
that
that's
it's not like
smart.
counting.
Yeah.
And then in the car, I use CarPlay quite a bit. Well,
Yeah.
a lot,
Same.
all
Same.
100%. So
Yeah.
but I am trying to be better about sometimes using CarPlay like on the car screen is annoying. So I'll still use my phone to like text at red lights and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm really trying to stop that. So now, but I do use CarPlay and I need to plug in for that. So what I
Right.
do is I've been plugging my phone into CarPlay and then putting it in the console
Okay.
and then closing the console and
So
making it so
creating
like
friction.
I'm creating friction.
That's
So I can
good
still get in there, but at least like
if
it's
you
a
need
whole
it.
step. And I'm like, do I
Yeah.
need to get in there? What am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, why am I grabbing my phone?
Right.
And I'm trying to really just like, if it's necessary, I'm using the car
Yeah.
screen,
Okay.
which helps a lot in the car
Yeah.
for sure. So it's getting better. I have to remember though to take it with me when I go like into a store or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I
But
just realized my wallet is
okay,
on my
that's what
phone.
I was just about to talk about that. My
Yes,
wallet is on my phone, and I'm now realizing because I don't carry a purse because it's my
same.
phone.
I just carry
But
my
so I
phone.
can't put my phone away because it's
Right.
so now I
Well, we
think I
need
need
a
to
new
switch
wallet.
back. We need a real wallet. We need a purse. We have
Okay.
to carry a purse,
But
which I
that's why
don't
I
want
have
to
to bring
do.
my phone
Yeah.
everywhere is
And at
because
least
my
if you have a
wallet's on
purse, you
it.
can zip your phone up in it so that you
Ooh,
have it if you need
yeah.
it, but it's not there. Because that's why it's always right there, and that's why it's on the table
Yes.
at dinner. Because I don't have a purse. Like I
Yes.
can't fit that giant honker in my pocket. So
Right.
like, it's always in like right accessible. So now I need to just, and I have one of those
Revolutionary.
crossbody. I brought it to Portland, I think, and Vegas, but it's just like a crossbody that's barely bigger than my phone that I
Yeah.
could just like. It's kind of like a fanny pack that you wear sideways.
Yeah. Yeah.
That I could just like only fit my phone, my keys, and a chapstick or whatever. So I might
Yeah.
switch to that and get my wallet off my phone because that was what I
Yeah.
was like, well,
I
but I
literally
have
just
to have
realized
it.
that. I was
I
like, why is it that I
know.
have to take I take my phone in because my wallet's on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
So we're having to
man.
find
Okay. All
alternatives,
right.
which
All
is, I
right.
think, part of week 2 was finding alternatives.
Yes.
Okay. So how did the removing your phone from the bedroom work for you?
Good.
It
I
was
was
hard, right?
so
Though.
it's yeah, at first I was nervous. It was like hard. And
Yeah.
because also we charged downstairs. We have a 2-story. And so I had to leave it downstairs, which
Yeah.
like felt
That's what I did
harder. It
too.
was like
I feel like you're
farther.
leaving a child alone down there by itself. You're like, is it safe? What
And
if
I
someone
felt the
breaks
need to
in?
like, before I put it down for the night, I felt the need to like check everything extra.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah,
was like looking, I was like, okay, is there anything else I need before I like
yeah.
put it down? But then like once you do it, you're like, I don't need it.
I didn't
There's
need any of that.
whatever I thought I needed. I don't. I
Yeah,
just don't. Honestly, this is what I do at net. Because like my notebook is what I'm talking about. Because when
yeah.
I get in bed, it's like, I don't know if it's a woman
You can
thing
like
or an ADHD
decompress and get it
thing,
out.
but like my mental list starts. Like I start
Yeah,
thinking of all kinds of shit that I want to
yeah.
do or look up or that I need to do. And so having a notebook by the bed is huge because I make myself, literally, I found myself turning to reach for my phone. And
Yeah.
instead, there's a notebook there. And so I'm like,
Yep.
"Ugh." So
Yep.
I just grab it and I write down
Yeah.
the thing that I wanted to use my phone for.
Yeah. Well, because in the
Um,
book she said like you're adding friction to things you don't want, but you're adding
yeah,
positive. What is the word for like
trigger,
things you do want? Like it was
just like,
positive. I don't
oh,
remember now.
triggers or
Maybe it's positive
frictionless,
triggers. I thought I wrote it down. Maybe not. But
making it
basically, like,
easier.
yeah, instead of wherever your phone was, now my Kindle's there. So, like, literally
Yeah.
this morning, I reached over thinking I was going to check my phone, and my hand landed on my Kindle. So I was like, oh, I guess
Yes.
I could just read.
And like
Um,
I used to just, I still kind of do this. So I'm trying to get better. Carry my phone around the whole house.
oh,
Do you do
everywhere.
this?
I would never be without.
I always have
I
it in my
carry it
armpit.
everywhere.
I have
But
it
it
like because
also
I'm always
always
carrying
made,
something.
yeah, it also always made me a very reliable person. If you're going to text me, I'm
Yes,
going to reply immediately. And if
because it's on me.
there's anything, I will always know. And now I've been leaving it on the charger because I'm also plugging mine downstairs in the kitchen. I just leave it plugged
Yeah.
in there. And now I'm leaving it over there. And it's like, and
Yeah.
I'll put on my headphones and like start a book and walk away from it. And it's no
Yes.
longer right next to me. And I mean, granted, if I get a text, so this is what I love about this book. She tells you, like, if you're freaking out, if there's there's like an emergency and you're afraid
Hmm.
someone can't reach you, okay, like that is a real like I'm still like God, if something happens to one of my parents or something and my phone's downstairs,
Yeah.
I'm not going to hear it. But it does say like it tells you there are ways to, if your phone is on sleep or do not disturb, there are ways you can override it with these certain contacts. Like if this
Yeah.
person contacts me,
Or if
it
they
will go
call
through.
twice in a row, it'll
Right.
ring or whatever.
It'll override the do not disturb. So that's what I love about this book is that she's not ever like being like, don't use it.
Just
I
go
don't know.
cold turkey. Yeah.
Yeah. She like creates, she makes it practical.
Yeah.
So here's my problem with the phone not in my room. So I have my sleep mask with the Bluetooth headphones that
Yeah.
I sent you guys all one as my favorite
Yes.
thing. I'm
Love it.
obsessed with this thing because especially with my sleep problems, I like to fall asleep listening to a podcast or a book.
Yeah.
Okay?
How do you do
'Cause
that?
okay, so the first night I was like, well, how in the world am I? So like,
Yeah.
do I run downstairs and start it and connect it? Like I have to Bluetooth it, right? Do I
Could you
start
just
it?
brick it? So, okay, so I'm jumping ahead too, because later she says to use technology and app blockers
Yeah.
to help you also. And I have the brick, which I
Yeah.
am going to restart using.
Okay.
Also, sorry, sidebar. The brick app now you can have a schedule where it will brick
Okay.
your phone automatically, which is cool.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but I wonder if you could brick it essentially. I don't know if you use the brick or something else, but to where the only app that works in bedtime is the one you play from.
But then I'd still have to go physically downstairs to start it.
Well, then you could well, my point is like if you brick it except for that one app, could you still have
Yeah.
it in your room?
Okay, that's what I'm thinking. The
And then put it
solution
on, like, a
long term
sleep
for me
timer or
is
something.
going to have to be that
Yeah.
or am I going to train myself to sleep without it? Because that would also be ideal. Because there have been times like
Yeah.
if I'm traveling, like if I forget my eye mask or something,
Yeah.
well, now I'm never going to sleep, right? Like it's like
Yeah.
I
You need
rely
it.
on it. Yeah. So
Or just like brick it, use that one app, put it on a sleep timer, and then put it like where you can't out of reach. Like put it
Yeah.
inside your bedside table or something.
yeah, I would do that because so every night I've been like, okay, because I've been bad about I'm reading in bed. I was trying to read outside of bed and then go to bed when I'm tired. I've been so tired that I'm just reading in bed and then going to sleep. So like, I'll put the kids to bed, then I'll go downstairs and I can't do a podcast or a book because I need to read in bed. So now all I can do is put on like sleep sounds, like rain
Oh, yeah.
or like sleep music. Okay. So I'll
Okay.
turn on sleep music on my Spotify, but the longest timer you can set is 1 hour. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll set it for 1 hour and then I go read in bed. I usually read for an hour in bed, but now I can't because then I won't have any sound to fall asleep to because it starts right then.
Oh.
So I'm not
Oh,
going to
I
go back
see.
downstairs after I read to turn
Right.
it on.
I think you
So
should just bring it in the room, but brick it otherwise, and then put
yeah,
it away.
so I love not having it. I love having a regular alarm clock where I don't have to touch anything to see the time.
Yeah, I'm using my regular
That's
alarm clock
nice.
too. Yep.
And then in the morning, so like there was one morning I woke up and I was like, oh, I need to go. I had to buy this certain like lollipop for a cake. I was like, I need to go buy this. I wonder when that store opens. And I reach over it. I was like, "Ah, my phone's not here. And I was like, I'll
Yeah.
check it later. I'll just get up and get dressed. And I was like, what's the weather today? And I reached for my phone. I don't know
Same.
the weather. So what am I supposed? So what I think I need actually is like maybe an Alexa, like an Echo or something, like
Oh
a
yeah.
something in
Like
there.
tell
So I
me
just
the
like tell
weather.
me the
Tell me.
weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me what time this opens. So
Mm-hmm.
like that way I'm not using it to like get stuck on it. I'm using it
Yeah.
to get my answer. And then also like so I got in the shower and then I was getting ready and usually I'd listen to a podcast or music
Yeah.
or a book. And I was getting ready in the silence, which is probably good for me, but I was so bored. I was like, and made me get ready real fast because I didn't want to be up there like in the
Yeah.
quiet for that long.
That's funny.
So I'm really torn between like, do I create new habits without my phone by like not falling
Mm-hmm.
asleep to music and by putting on my makeup without noise? Like, are these
Mm-hmm.
things I should adjust to, or should I find an alternative? So
Yeah.
that's my current
Yeah.
struggle.
It's tricky. See, I
It's
use my
so
Apple
tricky.
Watch to sleep. So I
Well, I
had to
left
debate
mine
about
downstairs
that
too.
too. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was like, am I still okay with that? Like,
Yeah.
but I like it because it tracks my sleep and I want to see how
Yeah.
I'm sleeping. And I can't scroll on it or browse on
Right.
it,
Right.
which is the
So then when do you
problem.
charge that? Because I always charge mine overnight.
So as
But when do
soon
you
as I
charge
wake up,
it?
I put it on the charger.
Okay.
And
Maybe
then
I
I
should do that.
charge it like while I'm getting ready in the morning. And then I
Because if
try
I
to
could
grab
have
it before I
that,
leave the house again.
that would give me access to weather if I still have
Yep.
my
So I
watch.
I like ask Siri what the weather is, or I'll check the
Yeah.
weather on my watch.
You play a podcast if I had my headphones up
Yeah, you
there.
could play it from there.
That would solve my nighttime problem.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
So
We'll look at
anyway,
that.
all of this is just
Anyhow,
like it's
we
just
love it.
taking a intentional look at all of this and then
Yeah.
like thinking of creative ways to untangle your phone from your
Yeah.
life because you just don't realize how much it is intertwined into
So intertwined.
everything.
Yeah.
And that's the trick, right? Is
Yeah.
like weaving through all of that and figuring
Yeah.
out how to root it out of there, and changing your habits and I feel like more spacious. I just
Yeah.
feel more like a person. Like I
Well,
feel
have
like
you been
there's so
able
much
to
life that we're not
yeah, I know that we're
living.
not like missing by staring at our phones.
Yes.
Well, are you now doing the things you thought you didn't have time for? Because you are
A little bit
walking.
more.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm walking. I've been missing some days of walking. It's
Yeah.
like if we have a busy day or something.
Right.
And I'm really bad at doing it in the morning, and I need to get better about that because if I don't, it's like
Yeah.
so much harder to fit it in later. But yeah, I'm doing embroidery. I'm trying to get in the habit of carrying around the book I want to read instead of
Yeah.
carrying around my phone.
Yeah.
And also, I really enjoy. There's a poet I really love, Kate Baer, who I know I've talked about it before, and she just
Yeah.
came out with a new book. And that's a really nice thing to carry around to read because I can read a poem really fast.
fast,
Like
yeah.
it's like quick reading. So I'm trying. That is helping for sure.
Okay.
Was that your question?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just
So
like,
a little bit.
yeah. I am obsessed with this book. I love it. I think it's changing things for me for sure.
Yeah.
I am making more time. I'm finding more time for cleaning, which was a
Okay.
big thing I wanted to do. Like this morning, I was like, all right, I have like 15 minutes before we had to record. I'm going to go pick up everything on the floor, like in my room. Because every now
Yeah.
and then my room will get like, I don't know, there's a pile of towels and
Just a lot.
the dog keeps like tearing up the dog bed and the fluff is just everywhere. And it's just like, I know there's gonna be more, so why should I pick this up right now? And then I don't know, the kids will like,
Yeah.
our kids shower in our room, so then they'll take their clothes off in our bathroom. And then I just have like kid clothes that I just need to
Yep.
move to their hamper or teach them to move to their hampers, what I need to do. But
Yeah.
so I just like took 15 minutes and like there's nothing on my floor right now. And I'm like,
Yeah.
now I could vacuum if I wanted to vacuum because like
Yeah.
it's cleaned up enough. And so like it's nice to know and like but if I had instead had my phone, I'd been scrolling for 15 minutes. Like and I still
Totally.
I put on a podcast or a book and listen while I clean, but it's just like I've
Yeah.
made time for that. And I have hit the gym more. Not a ton
That's
more,
good.
but I have gone to the gym, but I have not written anything yet. And
Hmm.
I've written more of my story yet. And I think it's because I feel like I need a good chunk of time, not 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like
for that.
that
Yeah.
one's still on
Yeah.
the back burner, but I'm hoping I can
Yeah.
soon.
I'm definitely reading more. I'm definitely doing my embroidery
Yeah.
more. What else? Same with the chore, like house chores.
Yeah.
I'm doing them more uninterrupted. Like classic. Like I would do a lot of grabbing my phone to
Yeah.
avoid.
Yeah.
And now I know it's more like I don't do it because I notice when I start to do it. And then I'm
Yeah.
like, "Ugh," I stop.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
like it makes me more efficient at trying to finish the thing I actually am in there to
Yeah.
do. And just putting it away is such a big part of
It
that. Like
is.
I just need to put it in the cabinet, put it
Yeah.
away.
I wish
So
someone would give me a
yeah.
piece of candy every time I notice I was going
Yes.
to take it and then don't take it. Yeah, here's
Nope.
candy.
Good job. Good job, you.
Ugh.
I know. I
So
know.
week 3, which is what we just started, is all
Yes.
about reclaiming our brains, which so like
Mm-hmm.
now that we've changed some habits, or we're working on changing some habits, now how do we remember, how do we reteach our brains how to be present? Because we
Mm-hmm.
obviously are still picking up our phone the same amount
Yes.
of times as we were.
Yep.
And it's practice being present, practice pausing, exercise your attention span. That's going to be really hard for me because I don't
Really
think I have
hard.
an attention span anymore. I think it's gone. So finding that again's going to be
So
rough. And
practice.
then meditating, and then we do our trial separation. So that's where we take 24 hours without our phone. And
Yes.
that does fall, you can either do it on a Saturday or Sunday. I need to just make sure I don't have like cake pickup orders
Yeah.
because people text me when they're on their way. So I need to, maybe I'll just give him my husband's number and like text him when you're on the way or
Yeah. Or
something.
email you or something, maybe?
Yeah, and I can check it from my
That's kind of
computer.
tricky.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do
but
mine Friday
okay.
because Sunday we're leaving is our flight, and I just feel
Yeah,
like Saturday is gonna stress me out too much because
it
it's the
will.
day
Yeah,
before we leave. So I'm
yeah.
gonna try to do Friday. I don't know if Zach's gonna do it with me because he works on Friday, so that might be
Oh,
too
yeah.
hard.
I mean, could you do like 5 p.m. Friday to 5 p.m. Saturday? Like once he's done working, or no? No, that's too close
Well,
for
same. That's too
Saturday.
close
Yeah,
for prep, I think.
yeah.
But
Does he have a
packing,
work
like, do I need
phone?
my phone? He has a work phone though, so maybe he could do it with his
Maybe.
personal.
Cam will not. There's my husband would not do it with me. There's no
So
way.
I got to think about that. But yeah. Oh, and that also. Oh, oh, sorry, microphone. Hi. I'm also thinking about getting a landline. Have
Are
you?
you? Well,
Well,
I've wanted
so
one for the kids,
yes, I want
especially as
one
they're
for the
getting a
kids.
little bit older. Because I'm like, I could do a quick errand, but
Yeah.
not if they don't have ways to access. Like,
Right. So have you
yeah.
seen the tin can?
Yes, my sister
I
sent that
love
to
the
me, or
tin
my brother.
can.
Someone was like, "Do your kids need this?"
Yeah.
Um,
And
because
I
like,
have.
can't you just only call other tin cans though?
So yeah, we'll put a link in the show notes. Tin Can is cool. I don't have it yet, but I need to
Yeah.
pre-order it. They're actually like you have to pre-order and they're not shipping them yet.
Okay.
They're like hard to get apparently. But yeah, you can either do a plan where it's free. You buy the phone up front. It's like $75.
Yeah.
And then you get the phone and then it's free if you only call other people with tin cans. So
Okay.
that's kind of cool because you can try to start a movement with like the other kids in your neighborhood and
Yeah. What
stuff.
if our kids called each other?
Isn't that fun? So
Yeah.
like, because we have a good friend who goes to our school and she's getting her kids one. So she was like, do it with us, do it with us,
Yeah.
you know? So I'm thinking about doing it for them so they can call each other. And then, but then you could pay $10 a month to also be able to call like anybody else. But I do
Okay.
think you have to call, you have to dial in, like there's no like saved numbers, so it's
Oh
really
wow.
analog.
Yeah.
So I read a review from some parents who tried the tin can and like wrote about their experience, and they said one of the fun things was that their kids actually made little phone books
Oh my God. That's so
to have all the
cute.
phone numbers of the people they
Yeah.
want to call, so they could like actually dial it, and that
That's
their
really
kids
cute.
really enjoyed doing that actually. Which is really adorable.
That
But
is
also,
cute.
you can only receive calls from the people that you are on your list or
Okay.
pre-approved, which
Yeah.
I actually think would be, which is they said is a really nice thing because you don't get
Yeah.
any spam, you don't
Right.
get like crap calls.
Right.
But it's just a little bit more of a manual process. But for $10 a
Yeah.
month,
Yeah. It's not
like
bad at all.
no.
Yeah.
And one works on Wi-Fi, so they both plug into the wall, and they do that on purpose. They're not cordless because they want
Okay.
you to keep it in one place in your house.
Yeah.
But one's on Wi-Fi and one's not. One's like corded. which kind of sucks because it has to be by your router because they're
Okay.
both internet phones.
Okay.
So anyway, I'm thinking about it
Yeah.
because like and the review I read said it's actually nice because a lot of like Verizon or phone carriers, if you try to get a landline, it's like an extra $30 a
Yeah.
month
Yeah. Yeah.
on top of like what you're already paying.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like I don't want to pay like almost double my phone
Yeah.
bill just to like add a
Ugh.
landline. So
Yeah.
anyway, I'm thinking about that. And that would help me with the digital Sabbath. So like the 24 hours we put our phone
Yeah.
away.
If you
If I
could really still
know that
call
like
someone.
our family has this number in case
Right.
of emergency and I know I can
Yeah.
call, you can call 911 from it and stuff, then that would relieve like that anxiety for sure.
Yeah.
That would help.
Yeah. I've heard of that, and I'm
Anyway,
interested. I am
thoughts.
interested in that because, but because they've even gotten to where like my son plays Fortnite, whatever he plays
Oh yeah.
Nintendo, and his Nintendo like I have to approve his friends. Like I only add his friends that I know, and then
Yeah.
you can turn on chat. Like you can turn on voice chat so they can talk to each other while they're
Playing.
playing, which is good because I was having to like FaceTime my sister to give the phone to her nephew, my nephew, so that they could talk, and that was annoying. So we just turned on the chat or the voice chat. But now it's annoying. I don't want to hear this game and
Oh.
their commentary. So for Christmas, I got him gaming headphones that has like the
Ooh.
headphones with the mic.
With
But
the
then I'm also
mic.
like, well, now I feel like I should hear what they're saying. Like,
Now you're
just to
worried.
like,
That's like,
yeah, just like I don't
so is
know.
there's no other way that like he can chat with other people?
No, unless they're friends, and they can't be friends unless I put in the parental code to accept the friend.
Okay, that's good.
So
That's good.
yeah, because
That
I'm
kind of stuff
so
scares me.
scared.
I've
It
heard
scares the
so many
shit
horror
out of me.
stories about
Well, the
it.
way it's getting harder is like because like when you play this game, like you can play in a group of four. So
Okay.
he likes to play with his friends, but like he was playing with Rhett, which is my nephew, and Rhett was playing with his friends from school. So these two boys, but they're the neighbors, and I've met them before, so I know them. But
Okay.
that's when it starts to get weird because then one of
Oh.
Harvey's friends would want to play with Harvey and Rhett, and then one of Rhett's friends. So that now it's two people that don't know each other,
But
and
you
so
have to
like
approve all those people in order for
yes, they
Harvey
have
to
to be
play with
friends because
them,
I said he
chat
can
with
only
them.
play with friends. Yeah. So
Okay.
to start the party thing or whatever. I don't know. It's a lot of lingo I don't understand, and I'm trying to because I don't want to be,
Yeah.
ignorant to it and then get into a dangerous situation. So yeah, but like if they could just call each other on their tin can, then that'd be
Yeah.
easier.
That'd be
So
cute.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I got to figure it out, but
Yeah. It's a whole new world to
oh
navigate for sure.
well, we have talked you off for probably an hour and a half now.
No,
I'm
too long.
sorry. This is the
Sorry,
extended
everybody.
version.
Or you're
Our next
welcome.
episode is on the 30th, so we can do a fun New Year's goal
Christmas recap.
setting,
Yeah,
Christmas
New
recap, and
Year's.
maybe some goal setting for
Ooh,
next
I like
year.
that.
And I also wish us luck on our phone. What's it called? The
Sabbath.
break. The
Digital Sabbath.
digital
24
Sabbath we have
hours
to
without
do.
screens. Are you going to
I'm
do
gonna be
like no TV and stuff too or computers or are you just going to do
no.
phone? No, yeah, I don't think I can do
No,
that.
I don't really watch
Start
TV,
small.
especially on like the weekend. My kids have the TV on, but I don't watch
Yeah.
anything.
Okay.
But I'll have my Kindle for sure. I'll probably read a
Okay.
whole book.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. But
Yay. Pray
yeah,
for
good
us.
catch up. I'm glad we're all feeling better about our lives and our mental health and our
Me
well-being. This is
too.
great. And I love that
Woohoo.
we didn't wait until January. Like, why wait to feel
Yeah,
better? Just do it now. Do it now.
totally. And I'll keep you updated on it if I cave to having a drink over
Yeah.
Christmas. That's going to be the hardest part.
Either way, don't feel shame if you do.
Yeah.
But if you don't, if it makes you feel better,
Great.
you do you, boo.
You do you, boo.
You do you,
That should
boo.
be that should maybe be our new podcast name.
Yep.
You do you, boo.
Do it makes you happy.
All right.
Oh,
Well, stay tuned and we'll give you an update in 2 weeks. I hope everybody has a
yeah.
lovely
Lovely Christmas
holiday
or Hanukkah
and
or all of it.
all of it.
All of
And
it.
yeah, I guess until next time.
Until next time. Bye.
Bye.